to a super exciting video. I'm literally all comfy with my throw blanket, sitting on the floor in this corner next to my bookshelf. The new addition to our house, actually. I'm so excited and so happy is this beautiful bookshelf. I am sitting here because we are doing a very exciting video today. I've never done this before and I'm just literally basically discussing my physical TBR at the moment. This is technically the books that I opened on my advent calendar when I was doing vlogmas. So I've read quite a few already. The ones that are here, I guess we can discuss them and just share my excitement. I'm so excited. Without that further ado, if you guys are new here, my name is Daya and I do lifestyle and vlogs for you guys and lovely videos. I enjoy editing and creating this beautiful, fun sit-down videos for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all of my sit-downs and future vlogs that are coming this year. So without that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so ignore the date. That's actually not today's date, so we're already in February, but it's fine. We'll fix that later. Technically, we're gonna go from down up because the books up there, I really have to get up and get them. So we're gonna do that in a minute. I do have some down here. So I have 4 down here that, 3 that I have not read on this little section. Book 1, this is Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. I absolutely love this author. I read Yours Truly. This was the book I read before Twisted Games and it was my first 5-star of the year. But her books are just so comforting, friends to lovers kind of tropes or fake dating, you know, things like that. So it's like a little bit of everything. This one, so I think she comes from a wealthy family and they're both are completely different. They come from a different world, so that's pretty interesting. Thought for a second it's Alexis from Yours Truly. I gotta read into that because I really don't know if it's part of this series. I thought it wasn't a series. So this is my next one. I have read K.L. Walker's books. They're really, really good. They're not a 5-star, but I know they're YA romances, and this one is kind of new. I think it came out last year. It says What Happens After Midnight. I know it's a really, really good summer read. I read The Summer of Broken Rules and it was really good. She was really, really good. I think I gave her like a 4-star. I've heard amazing things about this. Okay, this year I told myself I was going to get into the fantasy world and I haven't hopped in there yet. A little closer towards the spring, I'm probably going to hop into it. A Court of Thrones and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Everyone raves about her and how she writes her books is just absolutely magical, especially the fantasy. I feel like the perfect way to hop into the fantasy world is with ACOTAR series, and I only bought book 1 because I didn't want to get like the whole series and just not get into it because I don't know if I will love it. This one was also part of my book advent calendar and I'm currently in chapter 30. I started this book 2 days ago and I've been reading it, like I've been clinging like this. I've just been reading it. I can't stop. Yesterday I read more than 5 hours, but so far I think this is gonna be another 5-star because I am obsessed. I actually have not read any of these books, so I'm just gonna grab all of them. But oh my god, my book 4 of my yearly TBR, technically this one's called Someone Just Like You by Meredith Shore. You guys might have seen it in some vlogs. Last year when I was book shopping for my book advent calendar, I got this in Walmart if I'm not mistaken, but this is more of a contemporary romance. I absolutely loved the cover. I'm a sucker for covers, like can you tell? I love being cute covers. I'm obsessed. And I saw this one, I saw with the dogs and it looked like New York style-ish. Delightful banter and unexpected twists, swoony romantic antics, and outrageous family drama. Perfect blend of laugh out loud, steamy, and heartfelt. Ooh. I've never read this author, so I'm excited. Got sucked into this one in an Instagram ad, which is so funny because I would never think that I would actually do that. But yeah, this is more of it. The wedding menu is a steamy dual timeline. Laugh out loud rom-com about wedding secrets and French delicacies. It features 2 friends who should be rivals but keep choosing each other against all odds, like enemies to lovers. This is called The Wedding Menu by Leticia Lorini. Saw this cover. First of all, appreciate this cover. This is one of my most favorite covers that I have out of my whole entire book collection. I am obsessed. Noticed a few cool stuff. So I love things like this, like conversations, and then we got tweets. Oh my god, who remembers tweets? Yeah, I know. I haven't been to Twitter in so long. The chapters alone are absolutely breathtaking. So I love that she went above and beyond to make this not just book cover beautiful, but in the inside as well. I love it. This is book number 6 for book reads. I gotta read, how do you call it? Things We Hide from the Light, I think it's called. Or, oh my god, it's right behind me. I read Things We Never Got Over, and it was a 5-star for me. It was like a slow burner, but a good slow burner. It was like a page turner at the same time. Her books are thick, so it's really perfectly written. People were saying they didn't like Things We Hide from Light, so that's, I don't know. I'm intimidated by people's comments, I guess, that I do want to read it. But I bought book 3 because book 3 is adorable. I don't have book 1 or book 2, but I think this is one of my favorite colors. I might buy the pink one because just to have it in here, because I'm a sucker for cute covers, and I feel like these are the cutest covers ever. This is book number 5, Things We Left Behind. This is by Lucy Score. Also, this is a romance book. It's from the Knock 'Em Out series. This is my 6th book. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've read Mary Kate Andrews' books. I think I have one back at home because I remember going to, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Puerto Rico, there used to be a bookstore that used to be called Bookmarks, I think it was, something like that. It was really famous back then, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was famous here too. The bookstore was so huge, and I think it was in San Juan only, and I remember buying one of her books. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember that her covers were really cute. This one obviously is called Hello Summer by Mary Kate Andrews, and people say it's the perfect summer read as well. This is book number 6. When you come and think of it, since I've read 5 already, I think I already have 26 or 27 books left because I did get some books for Christmas still. My sister got me a book, and my husband, on top of all these books, he got me one that I've been really wanting, but you guys will see which one it is. You guys might have seen it if you saw my beta vlog part 2 when I opened it. This is book 7. We're keeping the fantasy rolling. Throne of Glass, which is this. Oh, yep, it is Daya. The heck. It's not called the Assassin series. It's called the Throne of Glass series, and everyone raves about all these books, and I had to get hooked on this book and see. Now, I don't know what order series is supposed to be read because everyone keeps saying, oh, you gotta read this one first. No, you gotta read the Assassin's Blade first. I'm like, I don't know. So I went with what Sarah, a book blogger that I follow, her name's Sarah, she recommended her readers to Sarah Caroli. There we go. For us to read the Assassin's Blade first, and I feel like everything will click in together. I'm gonna go by her rules, and she loved the series, so I'm gonna go by her word. This is book 8, another author for me. This is like, we got a lot of new authors to explore. I am obsessed with this book. I love the chapters. Again, I feel like small authors literally pour their heart and souls in their books, and I love it. I'm obsessed. This is like beautiful. For it to be YA, because this is supposed to be a YA book, like it's a lot of grabbing there, you know, sir, but okay. If I don't mistaken, this is a YA baseball love, high school kind of love. I think it's something like that, but it's called Home Run Proposal by Maren Moore. We're back. Sorry, my battery keeps dying on me, but we charged her a little bit, so I don't know what I was saying last, but anyways, this is one of the cutest covers ever. This is technically book 9. I don't know if I said that, what number it was, but book 9 of my current yearly book read. Book number 10 is Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is also a author I have not read. It's a romance book, and if I don't mistaken, I think it's a cowboy romance, like a cowboy series. She says this means nothing. I say this means everything. Chestnut Springs series. Yeah, so it's Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, and Reckless. I only have Flawless, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I bought the rest of the series, but I've heard amazing things of this series, so I cannot wait to read it. Number 11, we got a thriller from my book app and calendar. This is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I think it's like his mistress. Oh, it says it right here. His mistress is dead. His wife is his hope. It has a huge plot in the book, as well as everyone thinks that he did it, but it was probably not him, because they are saying there's a huge plot in the end. So I'm like, maybe the wife did it, and all along she's defending him to try not make him guilty, so maybe it's something like that. I don't know, but it is a thriller book, and I've heard amazing things about this book, and I cannot wait to read it. Book number 12. We have more than 20 books, okay? It's another summer read. This is called The Summer Place by Jennifer Weiner. It's technically like a family summery vacation. It is a fiction book, actually, but I think it has a little bit of romance, drama, and friendship and family involved. It's a little bit of everything. I feel like this book, the cover is the most beautiful summery cover ever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Book 12. Now book number 13, we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is also another book that I have heard amazing things. I feel like this book towards the end of the year was the most hyped book ever, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it because everyone's saying this is a 5-star read. Like, no matter who reads it, like, you're gonna love it. So it has a little bit of magic, so it has a hint of, obviously it's fiction, but it has a hint of fantasy, I would say, because it has like time traveling involved. But it literally says it's warm, funny, and heartbreakingly hopeful, magical. I feel like I'm gonna read this after Twisted Game, so we'll see what happens. After that, we have next book read. I lost track count about how many books I have, so at this point I'm just gonna put it somewhere here and we'll count them in the end. This is The Sweet Spot by Amy Poppel, and this is a New York romance, I think. New York or San Francisco? New York setting. Yes, a charming New York setting, endearing, hilarious supporting cast. I think this is like technically a fiction, and I think it's a romance. 1 divorce, 1 social media disaster, 1 random baby, and 3 unlikely friendships. Welcome to The Sweet Spot. Wow. She looks like a drama book, but I saw this and I was like, this is the most beautiful book, and it's so Valentine's Day-ish. I should probably read this after, actually. I wanted to keep like the Valentine colors going. I'm doing a reading vlog, so I don't know what book I should read next. Probably read this one too. All of these technically. This is Emily Henry's Happy Place. Y'all know my love and hate relationship with Emily Henry. Honestly, right now it's a hate relationship because I don't have a book where I have read from hers that I can agree and say her books are amazing or that book was amazing. I have DNF 2 of her books, not 1, 2, and I want to give her a 3rd chance. I feel like 3rd time's a charm. I've heard people cry their asses off, heartbroken over this book, lots of ups and downs. Honestly, I can't wait to read it, and it's my only hardcover book. So Miss Emily Henry, you better feel extra special and you better be good, because I don't know if I love hardcover books yet. I feel like I'm one that I like to, like, yeah, if you can tell, I like to twist my pages. I know, I'm that kind of author. I mean, that kind of reader. But this one is a romance kind of book. I have a description on the back, which is, maybe it's because it's a hardcover. I love how this book actually looks. Oh, it's over here. It says, think of your happy place. So I think it's like fake dating. They broke up 5 months ago, still haven't told their best friends. So they go, like, I think one of their friends are getting married and they go on vacation and they rekindle and they act like they're still together when they actually didn't. They had broken up. That would be pretty intense, because only 3 months of breakup and like you have to go back with the same guy, with your ex, and just fake dating when you're still dealing with the breakup. I think that's pretty intense. Maybe that's why people were saying it's intense. This is my last little chunk. This is one of the books I had also in my book advent calendar. It's called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's by Lori Gilmer, and if I don't mistaken, she's one of the girls that came out in Gilmore Girls, and it's exciting. I've never seen Gilmore Girls. I would love to see that series. It's cozy, perfect for the spring and the fall as well to see. It's the most beautiful cover, most beautiful fall cover. I thought I would read this in the spring. If not, I might hold it down and read it for fall by the end of this year. I don't know, we'll see. I think it's a romance book. I don't know if it has spice. Doesn't really say it's romantic, but it looks like a contemporary romance kind of book. A little bit on the shorter side. It's like 200 pages, 300, so it's not that bad. This is one of the books. This wasn't part of my book advent calendar because Charlie got me this for Christmas. He went above and beyond because he ordered this in Amazon, but this book actually came from Italy, so it took like 3 weeks to get here. It's called The Italian Job by Catherine Freeman. I feel like her name rings a bell, like if I read one of her books, but I think this is the only book she has. Technically, it's a contemporary romance, if I don't mistaken. It says dream job, dream house, fake fiance. So I think it's like a fake dating trope, which I love me some fake dating trope. This is like my TBR currently. I'm so excited to read this. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, baby, okay? Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I love her books. I loved her previous series. I'm obsessed with her books. Ooh, it has playlists. I'm so excited. Oh, and it even has a map. That's kind of cool. Technically, this is a romance book, and it's a 2 POVs, and it's a billionaire romance, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that I've heard. I'm so excited to read this. She is thick. I feel like her books are thick though, so I'm not intimidated at all because they are a page turner for me. I'm obsessed with her reads. This is a book that my sister got me for Christmas. It's called A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor. This is the cutest cover. When I saw it, I think she got this from Walmart because I saw it in, I think it was Walmart or Target when I went. I think this came out last year, and it's YA. It's like a high school romance, and of course it's based off in England, which is pretty cool, but at the same time it's got a little bit of Spanish. I think it has Spanish because it says A Cuban Girl's Guide, so she's probably Cuban, which I'm excited to read. Even though yours truly has some Spanish, I was excited to read it. I love mixing it a little bit. This is my next book read. This one's called Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walker. K.L. Walker slayed the game last year. So many, I think this one and the other book I showed you guys was one of the new releases. Also YA. Again, K.L. Walters usually writes the books, usually YA. I'm intrigued to read more of her books and read this one. This one's the most beautiful fall book. It's so cute. But again, YA romance, love it. This, I took a long break from Colleen Hoover, and I think if I want to hop back in the train with her, because I was in a little bit of a rut, the last 2 books I read just wasn't like up there with my ratings. I think they were like 2 out of 5 stars and 3, so they were pretty low ratings. So I was like, I need a break, and then I branched out into all these books that I've read past year, but I haven't read any of her books since her last one. I don't remember how it's called, but I'll post a picture here. But this was a little new release for her last year. It's called Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and it's a thriller fiction kind of book. It has some trauma in there. There's, I think, sexual abuse and verbal abuse. There's a few stuff. I think she has a warning in the front, but it's 2 POVs technically. It's a standalone series, I think. Yeah, it's a standalone series, and this is basically like, I feel like this is a thriller book for me. We have Ali Hazelwood, Load to Love You. I have not read in a while. I read The Love Hypothesis, and I loved it. Gave it 5 stars, and ever since then I haven't grabbed another one of hers. I don't know what happened, but I'm excited to hop in. But I think it's like different friendship POVs. It's gonna be interesting because I haven't read a different kind of, like, a bunch of POVs, which is technically like The Road to Christmas was like a bunch of different POVs. It was like a whole family's POVs, so I'm intrigued to see how this one goes and if I don't get confused. But it's like a contemporary romance. 3 friends, they can all agree on this universal truth: when it comes to love and science, opposites attract and rivals make you burn. Under one roof, stuck with you below zero. Huh, that's interesting. Heard it's steamy. Last but not least, this is another book read. So this book is technically book 1 once this series ends. I've heard that you should read it like that because I think the book 4 of the Twisted series, Twisted Lies, there's one character on the end that starts and they make a whole book out of this. So this one's called King of Wrath. I can't describe Anna Huang's books. They are so good. They're like right up the alley. I don't know. I feel like they're perfect, and what better way to continue one of her series with, I thought this was fantasy, but it's not. It's just like a billionaire royalty kind of book, and it is romance, but I don't know what made me think that it was fantasy. Maybe because of the crown or something, like the ring or the way everything looks. But this one is a royal fantasy, so I'm excited because I love this book so far, and yeah, I love it. I feel like her books are like 5 stars. Like, they get you right out of a book slump if you have one. Not that I have one, knock on wood. Thankfully I don't. This is my last book, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 22, 23 books. Wow. Means I have like almost 30 books in my TBR because I read 5 already. But yeah, I have 23 books that I want to read. I want to potentially see if I can read all of these by summer. I don't know. I don't want to pressure myself like that, but we shall see. I'm so excited. This is my little corner. I absolutely love it. And I'll wait to show you guys all the other books that I will be buying because I want to get myself, you know, more books. Not a lot, but treat myself and just get a book or 2 every here and there every few months. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my little TBR tour. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the post notification bell on so you guys can be notified every time I post a video. And with that being said, I'll see you on my next one. Adios.